This is Bronx Week. This is the finale, and we're inducting our Bronx Walk of Fame inductees for 2021. Let's go. Joe Conzo, you're going to go over there. So we're going to go follow Joe Conzo this way, and then Sal will be over there, and then Kid Capri. So let's get all of Joe's family. Joe has a wonderful, beautiful family. Look at this wonderful family. Everybody's so excited today. This is Hip Hop Day in the Bronx, actually. We're paying tribute to, because we are the home of hip hop. You are the birthplace of hip hop. And so our three honorees are all hip hop honorees, and we can't be prouder than you guys. This is a genre that has gone all over the world. So what we're gonna do, everybody, we're gonna need all of your help, all right? Because we're gonna do a countdown. Mr. Borough President, from 5? Okay, here we go. Are we ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay!
I was born in the Jackson Projects on 149th Street and Jackson Avenue. At an early age, my grandmother got into activism, and she founded an organization called United Bronx Parents. My mother, Lorraine Montenegro, took over the organization. My playground growing up was going to demonstrations at City Hall, going to Washington, D.C. to fight for the freedom of the Puerto Rican political prisoner. It just became part of me. I worked for the New York City Fire Department Emergency Medical Service for 27 years. I also got involved in the union labor part of my job. So, you know, that activism was instilled in me as a young age. Photography was a hobby. It became a passion and a love of mine. I was that chubby kid with a huge afro, capturing the height of Latin music because of my father, Joe Conzo Sr., shooting Tito Puente, Celia Cruz, Hector Lavoe, the Palmieri brothers, and then the activism that was going on in the Bronx at the time, just taking pictures of my surroundings, and I was there to document some of the earliest hip-hop parties. It wasn't even called hip-hop then, it was called the Jam, and being invited by my schoolmates at South Bronx High School to take pictures of this group that they were putting together, the Concourse brothers, who are known as some of the pillars, the foundation of this culture called hip-hop. I had no idea that I'd be documenting a time and place here in the Bronx and in New York City that would become so iconic. One thing that I've tried to do is show beauty, even though there was a lot of devastation going on around us at the time. My grandmother had this saying, no hay mal que por bien no venga. There isn't any bad that happens that good doesn't come out of, and you have to find the good out of bad. There's always beauty, always beauty. You just have to look for it. To be inducted to the Bronx Walk of Fame, I've been shooting that event for about 15, 20 years. And now, instead of me shooting the event, I'm gonna be honored as part of the event. So I accept this honor in the name of my family, because we have given so much to the Bronx.
Look at you.
Thank you, Ruben.
You are now officially a Bronx Walk of Famer, Joe Conzo.
And it's about time, right? It's about
this
time.
is someone who comes from strong Bronx pedigree. His family has strong roots in the Bronx. They've done great work, but he is a legend in his own right. He's been an essential worker for so many years, saving Bronx lives as an EMT. He's a veteran, but more so, the people should know that he is the one who helped record the early images of hip hop when nobody was taking pictures. There was no social media. Because of Joe Conzo, we can now research hip hop, and you will see images. And so that's why we're celebrating him here with his beautiful family today. Congratulations.
Wonderful, yay! We're coming on to inductee number 2. Everybody, we're gonna need your help. We're gonna count down from 5. Are we ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Engine number 9 on the New York Transit line. If my train falls I was born on Bronxwood Avenue near Gun Hill Road. I'm third generation Italian immigrant that came here to make a life. We're just the only white family that didn't leave. We stood in the community and we opened up businesses. My father opened up a place on 169th Street called Cafe Pepper and Salt. So disco started getting really popular. There was a place down right on the same street, available space, and he wanted to open up a disco, and he called it Disco Fever. One night I saw Sweet G, who would get up on the turntables after the house DJ would leave. I'm listening to a DJ who's talking over the music all night, and he's scratching and he's using other people's music. The greatest thing for me was how the audience were interacting with each other, because if he wasn't speaking, it had them say ho, and then the whole crowd say ho. And that's what intrigued me, and I went up to him and I said, yo, where could I see this? What is this? He says, you know, it's called rap. It's emceeing and talking over the music. He said, well, we got to go into the parks. I went into the park and I saw Grandmaster Flash DJing. The kids were going crazy. He was plugged up into the light pole like they were back in the day. Man, we got to get this in the club. This is going to be the next generation of Motown and jazz. I approached him about coming to the club. And at first he was very resistant, especially a white guy coming down into the South Bronx, Harlem, saying, I'm going to make you a star. So now I got to go to my father to convince him. He goes, this ain't music. And I said, Dad, just give me a night. He goes, I'll give you a Tuesday, one shot, and that's it. Almost 800 to 1,000 people show up. Obviously, he gave me the next Tuesday, and I had the whole night, 7 nights a week hip hop, and it wound up lasting 10 years until the movie KRUSH Groove came out, and we wound up getting closed up for no cabaret license. I was Fat Joe's first manager. Biggie's did his first show there. Fugees was there. Nas did his album release party there, his first one when he was a kid. I discovered Wu-Tang Clan. They were in the streets, brought them indoors. They even say it in their documentary that, you know, when they went to the Fever, that's when they knew, oh my God, that we made it. Salt and Pepper, Dougie Fresh, Slick Rick. I knew my job with that place was not just to have the music, but to mentor the kids. I do this because I love it. So to be recognized and be up on a pole on the Concourse with all the legends of the Bronx, all the big stars. I'm not a singer, you know, I can't produce music, but I had the eye for talent, and God blessed me that I was born in this borough, because I bleed Bronx.
All right, we're gonna count down from 5. Help us. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoa!
When I first started DJing, I was 8 years old. I was a little kid. The older dudes looking at me like, who's this little kid?
By all means necessary, it's the Kid Capri.
I first started with my grandfather. My grandfather played trumpet. I have the trumpet that he bought in 1940, as a matter of fact. He used to play trumpet. He used to sit in with all of the jazz greats at the time. And then my father made soul music with his brother. My father's black, my mother's Sicilian. My father was the first soul singer to be with a Latin band, the famous LeBron Brothers. We used to have this record player that you used to have to stand up, lift it, and you have to look over it so they had a TV in front of it. I used to be on that thing scratching it before I even was a DJ. It was the records that he used to play, the James Brown records, it was the Cool in the Game records, the Ohio play, it was the funky music that he played that always kept me knowing what it was. And then he always bought a lot of stuff. And those same records that he bought, I snatched up later on. It was the things that molded me to get ready to do what I had to do. I went to a party in Marble Hill Projects. It was $1 to get in. I just watched B-Ward the whole night. And then I ran home and told my mother I wanted to be a DJ. She bought me that mixer with no headphones, so I had to guess all the spots on the records, and that's what made me better than everybody on the block. And they used to look at me and say, damn, how's this little kid doing that? It comes from me being here and seeing dudes like Grandmaster Flash and Breakout and all the MCs, Furious 5, Fantastic, Cold Crush, Charlie Chase, all these dudes were my heroes. I didn't get recognized till years later. I mean, I was DJing a lot of years on this block and like do parties, house parties and stuff like that. I seen it bigger than that. And the radio didn't want to give me a job. My sister was working at BLS. They didn't want to give me a job. I went there, you know, I'm kicking free. I got my tapes nah. So I went to the street and started selling my tapes. They're going to hear me one way or the other.
We're going to get to the old school beat of things, you know what I'm saying? With the light-skinned brother DJ.
Next thing you know, my tapes is in every car driving by. Cops is playing my car. Mr. Softy ice cream truck. I'm hearing this all over the country, and it just got crazy. And next thing you know, it got me all my other deals. I've been around the whole world, and everywhere I go, I bring the Bronx with me. They get that real feel. It's nothing that's synthetic. Everything is authentic. You know what I'm saying? All I know is that I probably wouldn't have had the impact that I've had I not came from Kingsbridge in the Bronx. And then to hear that they inducted me into the Bronx Walk of Fame when there was so many other people they could have got, yo, man, it meant everything to me.
Thank you all for coming, and thank you for watching. This is actually a historic event, and we love doing this year after year after year and inducting our sons and daughters, people that we are proud of.